All right, so blessing, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So I'm just going to wait for maybe like 2 more minutes. Please ask those in the premium group to use the link that was dropped to join us live. I think I can take more other people.
Okay, sir.
For those who are joining in the comment section, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining us. Right. I think that's my face right there. I'm still alive and looking all good. So today we are going to be looking at conditional formatting and trends in Microsoft Excel. And trust me, this is going to be a very amazing opportunity for you. So I'm just going to open my Excel and then we're going to do something. Please, for those of you in the comment section, if you can hear me, just let me know. Let me Please, those in the premium group, check your group to see the link that will take you to join me here. Okay, someone said it's noisy on my background. Let me see if I can solve that. Is it still noisy now?
Yes, sir.
What about now?
Better.
Okay, I think I know where the problem was. Okay, I think let me open my Excel sheet so that we can start something. Please, if you have any question, I said I was going to attend to any question. If you have any question that you want me to attend to before we start the class proper, please let me know in the comment section, or if you are here live, you can just unmute. Anybody?
Um, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
I still find it difficult to submit my assignments in Slack.
Oh, okay, yeah, that that one. Okay, I'm trying to pull out our Slack channel so that I can share my screen. Just give me a sec. Please, any other question, you can drop in the comment. Any other question? Okay, someone says the link for submission of assignment is not compatible with my device. So, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Just give me a sec. Let me try to pull out the. You are just joining us. You're welcome, by the way. Linus asks a question: will the certificate be for those in the premium group? Yes, please. You wanted us to design a certificate and I'll give you for free. I'm open. I mean, if that's going to work and you guys have a way to do it without no extra cost to us, I'll be happy to know about it. But again, we are not just giving out certificates, guys. We are also training people that will know how to use the tools that we're going to be teaching them. So I think those are just the questions I'm seeing in the group. I've answered certificate wise and the submission of assignments, which is what I want to do. I want to share my screen and take you guys through. But um, give me a sec while I do that. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you are just joining, we have this is a free Microsoft Excel class on Saturdays and Sundays, same time. Okay. But we have a premium group where if you want specific attention paid to you, there are a couple of other benefits aside just getting recommendations, certificates, and an opportunity for internship. Those are some of the benefits of joining the premium group. But the promise was to make sure this class is free and we're going to stick to it. Unfortunately, this is going to be my last class with you guys because having a session with me is not, yeah, it's affordable, but it's not always free. So I'm only going to be having an advanced Excel class with those in the premium group after these free sessions you're having. So from tomorrow, you will be having someone else take you on the rest of everything you'll be hearing on Microsoft Excel. So I hope that's actually clear. So this is the Slack channel. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the Slack channel, and I see some of you have even gone to May June data analysis to drop your assessment. That's not where you drop it if you are not in the May June, please. If you go to your Slack, go and search for free Excel class. Let me see. Yeah, this is it. Free Microsoft Excel classes. Have you seen it? Hello, have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
So that's where you drop the assessment. All you need to do is click on click on this. If you are using a computer, you don't need to download the app. As you can see, that this is my desktop. I didn't need to download the app, but I also have the app which I rarely use. If I click here, okay, I don't want this notification. I'll do it later. So if I want to submit anything to you guys right now, I am going to come here and I'm going to drop this, click on it, and then upload anything at all I want to upload from computer. Okay. So that's what I want to do right now. So first thing I want to put the material that you will be using tomorrow. I'll be putting the material you'll be using tomorrow in the Slack channel. But let me see because I may have time to still talk about a little bit of it. I hope that's clear. You can just upload any of your files, your assessment, upload them. Make sure your name is on your Excel sheet. Any other question? Any other question, please? Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so going to click on new. So let's go straight into today. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so today we're going to be looking at conditional. Martin in Excel. Okay, Clementina, are you here?
Sir?
You are here, okay?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can hear you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you, sir. And you? Should be I would have. Hmm?
All right. Sorry about that, guys. So we have, let me see. Okay, so we have students. We have. Let us still. Let's do something. Let's do something interesting. We are going. I hope you can see hear me. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So let's go to cargo. Because I want us to use this to actually explore. While that is loading, I may as well open. Um, I hope those in the comment section there are no one asking questions. Can you guys help me confirm if there are people asking questions while I open up a new data set? Because I want us to practice something on conditional formatting.
No question, sir.
All right. Did I actually click on that thing? Okay. Okay. So since we are still working with
There is
this,
one question from someone.
what?
There's a question from Philip Abraham.
What's the question about?
Is asking if one must go through the free class before being admitted to the premium class.
No, 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 no. The premium class is you belong to both the free class and you have an extra opportunity to learn. The data set I thought outside revenue data set may not be the best in terms of using it for analysis. To talk about conditional formatting. So let's go to Kaggle and see if we can download the data set for practice. I'm doing this right there in class so that those of you who are new to all of this would actually uh, see how this is done. In case you want to build your projects, you want to practice on your end. So let's have students performance. Just going to download this and then go over here. Check my downloads. Should I send this data set to you guys so that at least we can practice this together? I think I should. Opening. Okay, awesome. Can you see this? Hello, we see here.
Yes, sir.
Let me send this to your group so that you guys will have it. So this is a data set that we'll be practicing with. You see, it's from Cargo. So let me push this down here. Please, if you are not in this Slack channel, just check your WhatsApp groups for a link that is going to take you here. This is where I'll mostly be dropping any facts or anything, any material at all. Normally, I'll come to a free textbooks and materials to drop it, but most of you are already in the free Microsoft Excel classes. So we are going to, I'm just going to add that material right there. So just go there and check. It's still loading. As soon as it's done delivering, you should be able to see it. Well, let's continue something. So what I want to do is I'm going to highlight the first 20, the first 20 data sets, copy it, and we use that to practice. So we come over here, and I'm going to paste it here. So who remembers what I was saying about organizing your data? We're looking at conditional formatting. So who can help us organize this data quickly in Excel? Who can help us organize, put this data properly in Excel? Hello, are we still here?
Yes, sir.
I need responses now. Is there anybody that is in the comment section that would love to join me live since the premium group people, they do younger. They don't want to join. So what did I say now about organizing data set like this? Who can tell me? Let me check your comments. Who can tell me? I've dropped the data set in the Slack channel. Who can tell me what do I need to do, please? Let me invite some of you to join me live, please. Bold the title. All right. Thank you very much.
You can add color, actually, to
Highlight
the head.
the. Thank you. Okay. Insert table. Okay. Thank you. You can also change the font. Thank you. Oh wow. Oh wow. You are so well done. So I've dropped the link in the comment section. Put it in a table. Awesome. So this is what we're going to do quickly. We can do all those things much later. But the first thing we must do here is to align your data sets. You can align your data sets by doing a couple of things. The first thing you have to do is either format your column titles or put your data set in a table. All right. And so, how do you align your data sets? How do you align your data sets? Who can tell me? You make sure that your rows and columns are clear. Okay. You can use. Let me so let me put it in another place. You can use alternate shift HOI. So alternate, that's alternate on your keyboard plus the shift key plus H plus O plus I. So I'm going to try that. Now, if you see that, if you look at this data set, you see that some of the columns are hiding. For instance, study time, parents,
Yes.
I don't know, parents education, which other one? This one here is
Mm,
parental support. You see, they are all hiding. And this
the
one here
extra
is
curriculum, I think it has
extracurricular, and this one is volunteering. So all I need to do now is highlight all and then put my alternate shift HOI. I'm gonna try that again. Alternate shift HOI.
HOI.
So try that. Um, all right. Can you see what happened? Everything is now aligned. I don't need to drag. I don't need to do all those dragging and dragging. Did you notice it? You can now see
Yes, sir.
everything. Every column is good. So now is the first step. The second thing you have to do is we want to make sure that all of our columns, all of these columns are bold and aligned. Okay. They are bold and they stand out. So how do instead of highlighting it the way I'm doing it here, you can just take your cursor there, press your control and shift key together and press your arrow forward. You see, it highlights everything. Did you see that?
So please, can you
I
do it
hope
again? Control.
everybody's following.
Yes,
Control
sir.
shift key. You press your control key, your shift key, and then your arrow key. I'm going to do it again. So let me undo. right? I'm going to put my cursor at the first column. I'm going to
Okay.
press Control, Shift, and forward arrow. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Let me write it down.
Yes, but you also taught us to highlight it all and or to correct the width also.
Control plus Shift plus forward arrow. Yes, you can highlight it like I said, and we've done that. So let me see something. Uh, can you see what happened? You
Yes,
notice
sir.
that the column here says study time weekly, but I don't know which village and they talk time like this. What's the time now? Somebody you say, the time is 19.833722281 seconds. So it's I think if you are a data analyst, you should be able to look at your column and figure out, okay, the data is not properly arranged. Now we call this students performance data, and this is the original data set. So we only copied from rule 1 to 20 to be able to do something. So we need to correct this error. I know that Clementina will be talking to you guys sometime about data modeling and cleaning. That's like intermediate Excel. Then, so all you need to do is just highlight this, or better still, you put your Control Shift and down arrow. The other one was Control Shift and forward arrow. Right? Control Shift and down arrow will highlight everything. When I say everything, I don't mean everything on the sheet. I mean everything on your data set. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the same way some of you have
Alex,
matriculation
I
number.
can't seem to hear me. Oh. I'm not hearing. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right. So you notice that a lot of us have matriculation number or student number. You notice there is no student name here. Did you notice that?
Yes, sir.
There is no student name right here.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's to tell you that most of the time as a data analyst, names are not as important as ID or number. So that they will not go and say that you follow person talk, the person no grade. You can't dey look for the person name. The only people that will know a student's name from their ID would be those that are either the registrar or the school authority or something like that. But if you're analyzing the data of the students, you should be able to you should be able to simply do your job. Are we following, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You should be able to simply do your job without asking questions. So we're going to change this. Go to your home menu, change it from general, look for time. Remember, it is study time weekly. When you look for that time option, you click on it and it changes. Can you see that? It
Yes,
changes.
sir.
So you no longer have all those all those things written in numbers. So the next thing that we need to do is we have to do a little bit of conditional formatting. Now we see we have GPA. Is this how GPA is written? How do we correct this? How do we correct it? Is there any of you that have GPA of 2.9291955592? Which
No,
university I
sir.
beg? So how does it how does it appear and
Just
how do
two
we
point.
correct it? How does it appear and how do we correct it?
Mhm.
Let me check the comment section. How does it appear and how do we correct it?
Okay.
Reduce the decimal place by formatting the cell. Awesome. Okay. I see that from Abbas Idwok. Who else? How do we correct it? We have so many decimal numbers. How do you correct it? This is just like basic mathematics.
Won't you take
GPA
it to the nearest
2.90. Reduce
nearest
it to decimal.
decimal?
Okay, awesome. So we're going to try that now. How do we do that on Excel? We just highlight again, shift and control and down arrow. Then we go to
Um,
our home menu. And so now you see these two options. This one here, this first one says increase the decimal. We already have so many of those. And this one says decrease decimal. So we can do this. We can keep clicking on it to decrease and decrease and decrease and decrease until we get to this level and we can stop there. Does that make sense?
yes, sir.
So that's what we are doing now is actually a little bit of data cleaning. We are looking at the data cleaning. So now what I want us to do is we are going to, of course, building this. Sorry, we are going to building this top header. Come over here, change it to maybe 14,
It's
right?
14 and bold.
Building. Okay. And you see that now that it's bolden, we already have a lot of the it's still hiding, so we need to correct that by doing what? Who knows? How do we do it?
Alternative alternative shift HO1.
HOI, not one o.
Hi, sorry.
HOI.
Hi.
So we have done
Okay.
that, and Viola, we have this sorted out. But I want us to conditionally format absences. We want to be able to look at the students that have been absent for more than maybe 10 times, and we want to be able to send them an email. So you have these tags. Show us the students that have been absent for more than 10 times. Are you following me? This is the
Yes, sir.
task that you've been given. Show us the students that have been absent for more than 10 times. So you can't come here and be using your eyes to be looking for them because check out the original data. There are so many students here. By the time you start searching for students that are more than 10, by the time you scroll all the way to the end and you are looking, even yourself, hunger will follow you talk. So how can we do that? We just come over to absences, we highlight everything, go to home, go to conditional formatting, open the drop down there, and then cell rules. What was the instruction again? What was the instruction that we were given?
So six
Greater
students who have been absent for more than 10 times.
than 10 times.
More than 10 times. So in other words, mathematically speaking, what is the thing there? More than 10 times is what? Greater than. Correct?
Yes. Yes,
So
sir.
we're going to click on greater than. We're going to click greater than, and then we're going to come here. Then we are going to put 10. Have you seen it? And then we
Yes, sir.
can come here and choose any color at all. We say light red, right? Or yellow fuel, whatever, or green fuel. So we choose green.
You're
Can you
not
see?
following.
Yes,
So
sir.
Can you see? So every number here that is greater than 10 is what have been highlighted. So we are going to send these people a message. We have this student is greater than 10, right? This student here we have greater than 10, and this is also greater than 10. This is also greater than 10. So we are worried. We're worried about these students that have been absent in class for greater than 10 times. Any question?
So
Anyone that is
I didn't understand the cell part when you were there, when you
okay?
highlighted the conditioning format.
I'm going to undo this. But do you understand the task? We have been given a task to perform. We said, show us the students that have been absent for more than 10 times.
Yeah.
You understand that question? Okay.
Yes.
So you simply go to where you have the column called absences, and we are going to look for students. Okay, now let's reduce it to uh, let's say okay, yeah, let's maintain 10 times. 10 times is fair in an entire semester. If you are absent for more than 10 times, then you should be in trouble. Okay,
Yeah.
so we are going to highlight this. Remember, that's what we did first. We highlighted the column containing absence, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then we are going to go over to a menu called the home menu. Go to conditional formatting, open this up, and then click on highlight cell rules. We want to be able to highlight certain rules in these cells. We have options like, do you want to work on cell rules that are greater than, less than, between, equal to, text that contains a date occurring, duplicate values, and there are even more rules. So for our rules here, we're going to choose greater than because we want to look at the cells that are greater than 10. Okay, so I want to click on greater than. Then we are going to choose in this box right here, we are going to choose 10. And then we are going to click on OK. You choose your color. You can also click on custom formats, for instance. And then custom format will bring up all of these options. Now let's look at it together. We can choose a bold font. We can make it bold and italic, right? We can choose a different set of color, could be red, all right? And we want a strike through. Maybe we don't want a strike through, or yeah, we want a strike through because if you are absent for more than 10 times, we should strike you out of the class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want a single line, no problem. If you want a double line, no problem. You can play around this. Now let's go to border. Do you want the border to be black? Do you want the border of the text that you want to highlight to be black? You want it to be dash, 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 dash. You want it to be smaller. You want it to be this way. You want it to be that way. You want to go to the field. Let's say you want the field to be probably green or something. And a pattern. You want to change the pattern to your stuff. You want it to be this color. If you want any style at all, you can choose any of these styles. And whatever it is, you click on OK. Exactly, you see, click on OK, and that's it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
So you can now present this and say, oh, we have a couple of students that have been uh, asked to work, they were absent for more than 10 times. Let's say you want them to actually be at the top of, you want all the students that were absent for more than 10 times, you want them to actually be at the top of your chart or your table. So you can highlight this, go to home menu. You know you'll be taught about sort and filter anyway. Go to your data menu and then click on sort. You see, when you click on sort, it's asking you, do you want to expand the current selection or you want to continue with the one I have highlighted? I said I want to continue with the one I've highlighted. Then I click on sort. Already it has taken the name of the column to be absences. It is of course, now we are going to change it from cell values to cell color, right? and we are going to choose the color, which is this green color, and then we are going to say put it at the top. Then we're going to click on OK. So you see, everyone that was absent for more than 10 times have been pushed to the top, while those that were not absent for more than 10 times have been pushed to the bottom. So we can say now the first 13 students are going to be expelled. And we can write an if statement for it. Clementina, are you here? Okay, she's not here. But I think we can use an if statement. Okay, I can see a question from Waneka. Just can we use if statement to answer the question, and how do we use it? Of course, I was just talking about it. You are smart enough to bring this up. We can use an if statement for it, but that is not what I'm going to be talking about today. For instance, the if statement, I'll be talking about this. For those in the premium group, please remind me when I'm back to teach advanced Excel with you guys. I'm going to be playing around a lot with if statements. I'll be giving you more and more examples. For instance, the if statement, we can say something like equals to if, right? I can open the bracket, and our logical test, I can simply choose this to be my logical test. I choose that cell, and I say if that cell is that greater than or less than? Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell me, oh, una will write
Less
math.
than.
That's less than. Okay, this is greater than Abi.
I remember.
Wait,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
you
I
are
think
not.
this less. I
No,
think this
no,
less
this is
than. This
less
less
than.
than. The previous one is greater than.
Yeah, this is less than.
Oh no no, una go submit una WAEC result now. Hey la la.
The previous one is greater than, sir. This is less than,
Yeah,
sir.
this is less than.
So this is greater than.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes. The right
Exercise
arrow.
test.
Yes, that is
Okay.
greater than.
So we can say if anything in that cell is greater than 10, right? We put our comma. It's asking what's the value if it is true. We're going to say if it is greater than 10, then you can put something like uh, due for expulsion. All right. If it's greater than 10, you can say due for expulsion. But if it is not greater than 10, you are going to now say something like good students, right? You see, I'm putting all of them in quotes, and then I can close the brackets and then hit enter. Now you can see I'm going to copy this code so that you see what this if statement, what it means. And then I'm going to open a new column here. Um, I'm going to open a new column, insert, no, let me leave it, let me open a new
Up.
column.
Insert.
I actually copied something, so it's not allowing me to. Okay, let me escape. Gonna come here and insert. Okay, entire column. Then yes, I'm going to come here and put my column to be status. So this is what the status is going to say. I'm going to say every student that have been absent in class for more than 10 times, please tell us the student is due for expulsion. And any student that have not been absent to more than 10 times, you can tell the student, congratulate the student, or say not due for expulsion. So we're going to write that statement. We're going to say equals to if. Can someone read what's there, please? Hello?
I
Are we
can't
still
even
here?
see. It's too
I
tiny.
can't see it, sir. It's very tiny from my end.
Yeah.
You can zoom the screen now. You can zoom.
Network. Oh.
Honestly.
Let me zoom in. I'm going to write it again. If, can you see it now?
No, not at all. Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
If you can see, can you read, please?
Checks
Yes, sir.
whether a condition is met and
Mm-hmm.
returns one value if true, and
Another value if false.
Exactly. So the if statement, don't worry, guys. I'm not supposed to be talking about this today. Let's say, for instance, some of you, uh, is there anyone here that is single, a
Yes,
lady
sir.
or a guy? What's your name?
Bless.
Blessing. Okay, so Blessing is single. Okay. So, Blessing, if you are planning to marry, what is the type of man you are looking at for? Just list three qualities of the kind of man you want.
Mm,
Don't
caring.
worry, we'll not tell your boyfriend. Go ahead, caring. Uh-huh.
God fearing.
God fearing. Uh-huh.
Love. I guess. Handsome. Mm.
Handsome.
rich.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
now wow. Blessing. Are you okay? This
Yes,
this
sir.
list is not this list is not complete. Oh.
You said three now. I'm giving you just three out of the many.
Even this even these three, you are supposed to be very real with me. Which one is caring, God fearing, and handsome?
No rich,
No,
wealthy.
Rich, oh, my brother.
That's
Uh-uh.
why I'm
You
here.
need money.
We are learning to
Like
support. I'm not looking for women.
like like say like say if the guy is caring, God fearing, and handsome, then come broke, whether blessing no go cost you. The name will turn to cost. Nah.
Mm.
Anyway, okay, but let's assume this is what she wants, and we want to write if statement for this. We are going to say, all right, and let me put this so that you see the formula. I'm going to say equals to if the man uh, is caring, God God fearing, handsome, then what? I will marry. But if not, I I
Disqualified.
will not marry. That is what if statement is all about.
Mm.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Good. So you have to create a logic. So the man is caring, God fearing, handsome is called a logical test. Are you following me, please? If the man
Yes.
is caring, handsome, clinical, all of those are called what? Logical tests. So you have to locate where the logical test is. When you locate the logical test, then you assign a value to that logical test. You say, if this man is actually this thing, then I will, meaning true. Then I will marry equals to what? True. So let me put it here. Man is caring, etc., equals to what? The logical test. Right? I will marry in the Excel formula is what? Is true. I will not
My
marry equals to what?
boss.
False. People, are you following me?
So must the equal to be like four times?
Must the equal to be like what?
Like you added it, you did it four times.
It's
Four
not four
times.
times.
How? I'm just
As in that
explaining.
equal to,
Now
okay,
let's look
okay.
at let's I'm just explaining. Let's look
Okay, I
at
thought that was
if
the
statement.
formula or something.
No, this
Okay.
is the formula. So we have if bracket open. Can you see? It says
Yeah.
Yes.
logical test, comma, value if true, comma, value if false. That is the formula. So
Okay.
if you don't understand what a logical test is, you will not be able to derive its value if it is true. You will also not be able to derive its value if it is false. Do you understand me? So in
Yeah.
our case, as in the example that was used, man is carrying, etc., is the logical test. So you have to find out where in your data set is contained the logical test. You can bring that up. Then what is going to be your value? What value do you want that logical test to define it to become true? So you say, if that man is caring and etc., then I will marry. It's true. If not, I will not marry. So let's go back to our data sets. So remember, the condition here was show us the students that have been absent for more than 10 times. I'm using conditional formatting. And using conditional formatting, we were able to do what? We're able to just put all of them in color.
Mhm.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can put all of them in color. But we want to write a status, we want to write a statement to say, if the person is actually absent for more than 10 times, please write our logical test. If it is true, it becomes what? Write due for expulsion. But if the person is not absent for more than 10 times, our logical test becomes false, which is what? Good student or not due for expulsion. Please, guys, are we following me? Are we following this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry if you don't understand this. You will definitely have more sessions with Clementina talking about more examples on if statements. But there is an advanced level Excel which I'm going to be having sessions with those in the
Yeah.
premium group. I'll be giving even more and more examples.
Can I ask
So
a question?
let me ask the question.
Okay, I wanted to find out, is conditional formatting more like creating your own value algorithm or algorithm for your own value?
So conditional formatting is simply a quick way of formatting cells to show a result of an analysis, an opinion, or anything like that. For instance, we didn't need to use if statements to show that to highlight all of these, cancel them out. We didn't need to do that. It's just basic kind of actions that we've taken. Don't worry, I'm going to give you another example of conditional formatting right now. But let's do quickly the if statement. So we have if our logical test. What did I say? Well, we need to choose the cell that we want to work with. So we're going to say if this cell is actually greater than 10,
10.
all right, you put your
Okay.
comma, then you put your double quotes. Again, I'm going to explain in the advanced class, or maybe Clementina will do that. She would explain why we have double quotes and why we are inserting double quotes. So we're going to use it, start with a double quote and say due for what? Expulsion.
Expulsion,
Now
comma.
we are going to put our comma, and you see, the moment we put our comma, it has highlighted this one for us to say, oh yeah, now run this one. Say value if false. And we're going to say our value if it is false is what? Not due, right? Not
Okay.
due for
Exception.
expulsion. And then we are going to close it with a double quotes and close our brackets, and then we hit enter. You see that? We're going to
Yeah.
do this. And then we're going to now double click, and you see the moment you scroll down, you can now see this one is now what? Not due for expulsion. But we need to change, we need to conditional format this so that we don't have this as our status. So we need to come here. Okay, we can come over here and click on clear formats, and all our formatting is now cleared.
Mhm.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But
Did you see me? Did you see me type anything like due for expulsion over and over again? No, I simply use a formula, create a condition for the formula, and it populated the whole thing. If I go to this original data set, all I needed to do to do was what? Go to the top where you have the absence, create another column, and then do the same thing, populate it, and then we'll be able to see, oh, these students, this number of students were for expulsion, and these ones were not due for expulsion. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's look at another thing on conditional formatting. Let's say we want to look at age, right? We want to look at age. And what else? Let me see. Want to look at age. And okay, let's look at age. Let's conditionally format age. Let's say we want to see those that are actually 17. Want to award students that are actually 17 years old. Maybe there's a gift or a scholarship for those that are 17 years old. And we have a lot of data, and we can't just be scrolling down looking for that type of data over and over again. So we go to the home menu, click on conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. This time around, we are going to say highlight cell rules that equal to. Can you see that? So we want to say anything that is equal to what? 17. We can now choose any of these, red text or whatever, maybe green field, and then we click on, maybe we don't want that, we want to custom format. So we want to click on fill effects. Let's say we need this to come up, maybe red or yellow, something, and click on OK, and can click on OK here, right? And click on OK. So you see, we can now see only the students that are what? That are 17 years old. So we can either format them, take all of them to the top, or take all of them to the bottom. And when you start working on sort and filter, you can actually let's assume you want to see only those that are 17 years old. By the time you put this in color, you can see only those that are 17. Every other student that is not 17, you won't see them. So this is how they used to, maybe some people want to steal money from the government. They want to do some horrible things. They can just do a conditional format. If you come and tell them, I've been working here for 35 years, how come I've not had my pension? And because they want to prove to you that your name is not on the data, they'll ask you, sir, what's your name? They'll, you tell them your name, and then they go conditionally format in such a way that even when they show you the database, you won't see your name. Meanwhile, your name is hidden somewhere, but you won't see it. So if you are an expert in Excel, what will happen? You would know that this thing have been formatted. You go there and you tell them, oh God, wait, just calm down. I learned Excel from the health techies. Let me take charge. You just collect the computer and then go to conditional. All you need to do to see that things have been hidden, just highlight the whole thing, go to conditional, go to home, come over here and do what? Click on clear formats. Everything that they have formatted, right, will be cleared. Or better still, go to conditional formatting, open it, and click on what? Clear rules. So every rule that have been applied to that data set will be cleared. If you want to clear from the selected cell, if you want to clear from entire sheet. Now let me click on clear rules from entire sheet. See? Everything we colored is gone. Have you seen that? Even this one that we did, everything is gone. Are you following me, please?
Sir, please, can you repeat that thing?
But the due for expulsion is still there.
Can you
Because
just
it's
repeat?
not that is the if statement. It's not conditional formatting, so that one cannot go. Remember, we went to home menu. What we did was we opened this. We say clear rules.
Okay.
Clear rules. Can you see clear rules? Clear rules from entire sheet, clear rules from selected sheets.
Okay.
Right. So in our advanced Excel class, where I'll be meeting with those in the premium group, I'll be introducing you to advanced conditional formatting. That advanced conditional formatting, what it means is that instead of writing due for expulsion, I'm going to teach you guys to use a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That will be fun, right? You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
even, instead of putting due for expulsion, you can put angry emoji so that any student will see and will not say, these people, they vex with me. Oh. So you can put thumbs up to say, oh, well done, you did well. Now that one can even be applied for grade point average. So we can even put up an if statement to say every student that is above 3.04 GPA, if so, what is the statement going to be like? If logical test, comma, you choose your logical test, you assign the action for it. You can say if bracket open, the cell name is greater than or equals to. By the way, you can use greater than or equals to, or you can
Unless
use if the cell name is equals to a particular value, then first class students. You can put the value if true can be first class student, if not second class student. You can also put more than three if statements to say those that are less than this are you have passed, those that are this amount or not amount, those that have this is second class lower, those that have the other value is second class. So you can put all of those statements. So imagine you have 200, no, is there any school that have 200,000 students in a class? So imagine you have 500 students in your class. You know, you're a lecturer or you are a buzzer or you work in the admin department. For those of you that are teachers, you should pay attention to Excel very, very, very absolutely. You don't need to sit down and be calculating this thing automatically. Be looking for students that have 2.9 and then you go and type manually. Oh, first class. You see 1.0 pass. You see 0.4 fail. All those things. You can simply write a single line of code on your Excel. You can program a single column, in other words, and you put your logical test in this particular sheet. By the time you hit enter, it will automatically tell you who had a first class, who had a second class lower, or second class upper, a pass or a fail. That's it. Does that make sense?
yes.
All right. So the next thing I want us to do, let me check my time. If I see how. Remember today we're looking at conditional statements and trends. Okay. The last thing I want to do today with you is trends. Please, but before then, any question so far? Any question?
Yes, someone was asking that they don't know that's HOI.
Alternate shift SOI. What is it? They don't know what?
Like how like you should say it again how you got there or something. Someone was saying to the comment
Yeah,
section.
so yes, I have a question as well. The formula, please, in getting the formula used. How do we know the particular formula to use? The equals to F sign greater than less than. How do you know what to use there? Hello, please. I can't hear you from my end. I don't know if I'm the only one or it's general.
I can't hear him too.
I can't also hear him.
Okay, I actually muted myself. Or is there someone that sends? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
I've
Yes,
actually
he was
been
asking
talking,
about.
so if people know they hear me all this while.
Yes, so we're not hearing. You are
So I
mute.
was saying it is alternate together with shift. Press it together with shift and then HOI. Alternate shift together and HOI, one after the other, or together depending on your laptop. So explore those options. Chimere concept. You say I am blanco, not understanding anything. Please, in the name of our Lord, you would understand. Please, so you
Sir,
would
sir,
understand. Tell
please, what
me
about the answer to my question? Knowing the
what.
formula to use. Knowing the formula to use the F, the equals to sign F greater than. How do you know the formula to use?
How do we know the formula to use?
Yes, sir.
Are you talking about the if statement?
Yes, sir. The if statement. Yes, please.
Just calm down, okay? We will attend to the if statements. In the advanced class, if you are there in the premium group, I'll be giving you more and more examples of the if statements. Trust me. It's a
Okay, sir.
very interesting thing to use in Microsoft Excel. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I just said I should use that today because, as a matter of fact, you need an understanding of conditions. Remember, I said in Excel, there are three things you need to take absolute caution or absolute knowledge about. Well, not absolute knowledge, but have a fair or an appreciable knowledge of. I mentioned three of them. Did you hear when I said that? When I mentioned the three of them?
I don't think I did, sir.
Okay, there are three of them. I'm going to mention them again. First is lookup functions. Second is pivot table. And third is what? Lookup functions, pivot table, and conditional statements. Now, conditional statements, we're looking at some if statements, counter, and so on. Those are conditional statements. Conditional statements is simple. It simply says, if something is true, then I want it. If it is not true, then I don't want it. For instance, we use an example. Blessing is single. Blessing is interested in a God-fearing man, a caring man, and a handsome man. And that is what Blessing is interested in. What Blessing is not interested in, Blessing is not interested in a rich man. Blessing is not interested in a honest man. And Blessing is not interested in a man that is not a Nigerian or from our village. So if we are writing a conditional statement for Blessing, we are going to say, if the man is caring, God-fearing, and handsome, then I will marry. If not, every other condition, every other thing you have listed in this cell, as long as it doesn't contain God-fearing, it doesn't contain handsome, it doesn't contain caring, then I'm not going to marry. Does that make sense? That's how the
Yes,
if
it
statement
does.
works. So I explain what the logical test is. I explain how the value if true works and how the value if false works and why you need to put this in double quotes. Okay, I think that will be explained far more better. So Blessing Eze in the comment section said the CV file is in Slack is not downloading. I think it's your network. Is there anyone that was able to download it? Because I have an assessment that you'll be using that platform or you'll be using the material to. Please, can someone wake this guy up? He's asking if class is still on. Is class still on, please?
I have a
Chris.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, can I ask my question?
Please ask questions. Yes, we are
Okay.
answering questions now.
Actually trying to do it now. I want to ask you. You hold the control and the shift together with the HOI, or there's a pattern for it because it's not working.
So control, no, you don't press control. I said alternate, ALT.
Mm,
Look on your keyboard, you will see a key
yes,
with ALT, right? Press
yeah,
it alongside your shift key. Press it together. And then your HOI should come one after the other. So press alternate and shift together. Yes, press it together and press HOI with the other finger. You have two hands, right?
yes, sir.
Good. So your left hand, is it still working? If your left hand is still okay, so just press you can use your thumbs or your first finger, press
This is
your
not working.
your alternate your shift, and then use your right hand to press HOI one after the other.
Must it be the H be capital H?
What?
Must the HOI be capital HOI?
It doesn't matter whether it's capital or not.
But it didn't show me anything. Oh.
It didn't show you anything.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, this shouldn't be an issue at all. If it see, someone in the comment said that he's worked, so I don't know, maybe you guys will talk to yourselves in the group and figure out what really works,
Okay. So
and so
what
that
is
you get to
the value for
practice.
the
Okay?
HOI?
It's simply a shortcut that a lot of us use when we want to align our data sets. But if it's too much to do, you can just go ahead and
It's not too
do your
much.
drag,
Mine is just not working.
and drop. Any other question? I think I'm going to share my screen now. Let's continue. So we are looking at trends. Trends are very important. I love trends. But what can you tell me about trends before I show you the meaning of trend? Anybody knows the meaning of trends? Anybody knows the meaning of trend? You want to talk to me about it? If you are able to download the material on Slack, you can do well to drop it in the WhatsApp group right away before it's locked. I'm talking about those in the free groups. In the premium group, you can also do the same thing. You can drop it there and then you can download it. Are we still together here?
Yes, sir.
So wait, nobody have heard about trends before. Trends.
We have. It's a pattern that keeps occurring, reoccurring pattern. Popular pattern that
Okay,
reoccurs. Yeah.
but does it keep occurring? For instance, if you were born in the 80s, you see that there's a different fashion trend that was in vogue in the 80s, different from the 90s, different from the 2000s. In
Yeah.
2004, 2024 now, there's a different fashion trend. In the 60s, it was very, very rare for you to see people dress the way they are dressing right now in 2024. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I have a very funny experience in my university back in school. So there's this very interesting. I love ice cream, but not with all the things people mix inside the ice cream. I mean, ice cream should be ice cream. Why are you putting granite and all those things inside? So I used to go to the dairy store in our university. It's actually the biggest in MSU, the biggest in Michigan, anyway. And it was, I think, on a Saturday. Saturday, can't remember, but it was during the summer holiday. and I saw somebody come to get ice cream. Normally, we'll be on a queue. Oh my goodness! I was just imagining if this person was in any African country and you're dressed this way to go. I'm not going to reveal the person's gender, but you are dressed this way to go and buy something. People would stare at you, warning stares, judgment stares. Is she crazy stares? Is she okay stares?
You
Uh,
revealed the gender already.
what?
You
There are so
you
many
believe the
stares.
gender.
So is she okay stairs? Is she normal stairs? Crazy stairs? Religious stairs? Oh, God forgive her stairs. Um, a lot, right? So, but something really amazing happened because I mean, she was looking really amazing. She had this very transparent. By transparent, I mean 100% transparent dress gown, and she didn't have anything on her top, and she was putting on a bikini. Come on, guys, this is a university, and there are elderly people, children there to get ice cream. You know what it means to go get ice cream, right? Our favorite ice cream. And the African in me wanted to go and meet her sister in the Lord. Do you need me to? Are you okay? You know. But because I was trying to mind my business than the rest of them who were on the queue, I just bought my ice cream and make sure that I licked it standing behind her till the ice cream was finished. Why am I saying this? Because it's a trend. It's a normal trend. And today's world, we also have a new trend of back in the day when you open a Google form, you would see male, female, right? And that's it. There was no other option. But there are some forms you open right now. You'd see male, you'd see female, you see non-binary, you see cat, you see dog, you see there are a lot of genders now. You see trans, you see um so there was one day I was really pissed off by because I was looking for male, right? Because I'm a full-blown male. And I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I couldn't find it. I said, why is it difficult to find mail in this form? Because I was like, the deadline to submit the whole thing was approaching. Oh, I just go click anything there where I see continue continue registration. So that's another example of trends. Now in the 60s, there was no trend like online programs. There was literally little or no online education. What you are doing now was not in existence in the 60s or in the 40s. You either go to a physical university or you don't. What other thing was a trend then that is not a trend now, and vice versa? I've just given you guys a couple of examples in fashion, education. What other thing have I mentioned? Even music. What else? Are we still here?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Also, you've mentioned virtually almost everything. I was also the hairstyle as well. This Afro hairstyle that our fathers do keep then, though it's coming back now, but I think it's not that common.
Hmm. Yeah, working remotely. Thank you, Sonny. That's a trend. Now, it is important you understand this because one of the things that you are going to be doing over time is going to be your ability to identify trends. And you need to be really skillful at it. In Microsoft Excel, there are a couple of trends. There are a couple of trends that are very, very important. A couple of trends that are very, very important. Some of them could be, let me share my screen so that we look through some of them. I can see the responses in the group. Like Winner said, analyzing and visualizing data to identify patterns over time. Trend means happenings. Trends means time. That's good. Trends forecasting a pattern of key variables using past data. Awesome. I can see all of those options. Now let's look at the internet.
I can hear him.
Okay, I actually muted myself.
Oh.
Can you see my screen? Are you
Uh,
hearing me now?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear him.
So how many of you have seen these type of lines before? So I was saying it is alternate. Many of you have seen this type of lines before. Hello.
I have.
I have.
You
For
you
weather
you you notice that sometimes when something, okay, let's do some quick analysis right now. So let's say a particular GDP of a country was 54. We are going to say GDP. We are going to say year. So in the year 1990, it was 54. In the year 1998, it was 60. In the year 2000, it was 65. In the year 2002, it was 78. Now, this is actually in dollars, GDP in dollars, in millions. Okay. So we can maybe millions, or we're going to put thousands or millions. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
what would you say, looking at this data, would you say that this country has a positive, negative, neutral, zero? How would you describe this country?
I'll describe it as being progressive because from the year 1990 to 2002, the GDP has increased. It's not the same.
Okay. So in other words, it's what? Positive.
Yes, sir.
Good. And now this is how positive trends are presented to us. Positive trends, they always move from the bottom to the top. Can you see this? Like this is an example of it, right? It moves from the bottom. So let's say this was 1990, it will move 1994. So it kept moving and progressing and progressing and progressing. An example of a country like this is Singapore. An example of a country like this is China or Japan. In the 40s and 50s, China and Japan and Singapore, they were all right here at the bottom of, at the rung of the social ladder. Or, I mean, when it comes to wealth, it's really interesting to find out that I think Nigeria discovered oil before UAE, correct? Or it was
UAE,
actually
yes.
within the same, it was actually within the same period. But can you confirm the same thing with Singapore? Can you confirm that uh, all these countries that discovered oil, that all of them are developed countries today? Can you confirm? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes,
Who
Yes,
said
so
yes? So Nigeria is a developed country.
except
No.
Nigeria and Venezuela.
Hmm.
Venezuela, Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. I was told.
Yes, so Nigeria is the king of all poverty of the world.
So Nigeria have overtaken India, but we have all it takes, or we had all it takes to actually take the citizens of the country. So according to data, if you want to draw a trend of countries that discovered oil and moved upwards, you would see that China is positive. Nigeria is what?
Negative.
Negative.
So this is it. This is how it has been from 1960. Look, have you watched videos of when a dollar was equal to naira in Nigeria? Have you watched videos of how Nigeria was back in the day? Videos of
Yes,
the
sir.
education system,
Yeah, yes.
videos of
Even
people from
transportation system too.
Sri Lanka, Americans, Britons, folks from India coming to Nigeria to make money and sending back home. Have you seen some of those videos? So this curve here is actually a negative curve, right? And the one I showed you before, moving from the bottom to the top, is actually a positive curve. And some of you are familiar with patterns. Some of you are familiar with patterns. I give you an example. If say blessing, is blessing see here? Blessing is not here. Any other lady that's here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Are you single?
No, sir.
Yes, so.
Okay, you are single. Why are you laughing? I feel connect you. See, Charles is here, and who else? Amazing students are here. Okay, let me use. Can I use you as an example, though?
Yes, please go ahead.
So let's say Cynthia, right?
Yes, please.
Cynthia wants to get married to her boyfriend, and in the morning, Cynthia's boyfriend will call her and give her a very good slap in the morning. And then in the evening, he will bring her maybe shawarma or cake to apologize. And then Cynthia will forget the slap in the morning. After
And
two,
Cynthia will punch.
and Cynthia will forget the slap. He will ask for forgiveness. Then the next day, it's no longer a slap. He will kick you. In the evening, he will buy you another thing. You will laugh, you will forget. So he keeps doing this for more than a month. Already, Cynthia, by the help of our God, have understood that there is a pattern to this guy. But because Cynthia is not a good data analyst and did not listen to me in this class, Cynthia will go to church and pray that God should make this guy to propose to her so that they will marry. My people, from this data, do you think that this Cynthia's boyfriend will increase or decrease the rate of the abuse? The slapping
Increase.
and the kicking. What do you
He
think?
will definitely
Increase,
increase it.
sir.
It will definitely
This is
increase.
working for Cynthia.
Yes,
I
sir,
want
he will
to
increase.
I want to check the comment section. See, I'm not a moralist, though. I'm not here to advise anybody. If you like, go run them. I'm only using Cynthia. Oh. Cynthia, I'm not saying this is what is happening to you as well. But if this is what is happening to you, then just listen to the analysis. So, what do you think will happen? Will Cynthia's boyfriend increase or decrease the level of slapping and kicking when they are married? I'm checking the comments. Cynthia, what do you think will happen too? Talk to me.
You will increase it though. You increase it.
So if we can agree collectively as data analysts that this is what is going to happen, why is it that a lot of people still say yes to this? I mean, God has already presented a pattern to you. 1 week is enough for you to understand that this is how this person operates. You say you are looking for a fearing, God fearing, handsome, but God has shown you that this person is not what you want. You now go to church and start blaming God and start forcing God to change your story by making this guy to change his mind and propose to you. So what we do is, naturally there are patterns, but we ignore those patterns and then we go ahead to make business decisions based on the patterns. There are a lot of companies that have left Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, and some other African countries. It is not because they don't like those countries, but what do you think the reason is? It is simply because there are certain patterns that have been built. The money is no longer coming. The policies are no longer favorable. And if you are a data analyst analyzing this type of problem, your recommendation should not be, let's keep praying, things will change, Nigeria will change, Ghana will change, the policy will favor us in Jesus' name, or this government will favor your company. No, your job is to look at the patterns and make decisions based on them. So when you see a lot of companies willing to pay data analysts hugely, it's not because they just want to spend money. It's because the growth of their company is tied to how they are able to analyze their data, how they are able to make sense of it. For those of you that enroll for the data analysis program, we will be going further to talk more about Excel. Beyond Excel, we'll be looking at other tools that you can use aside Excel to tell these companies, look, this thing is not going to work. If you take this step, you are going to lose a lot of money. Guys, are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So is there anybody now that is confused as to trends in Excel? Anyone confused as what trends are in Excel? Because we are going to just do some trends now and then we can end the class, because I have another one in like 10 minutes. So let me share my screen and let's go back to our Excel and close this. So I want to come over here, and first and foremost, I want to create a trend. I'm going to come here and let me say I want to sort this. Want to say largest to smallest. Okay, I want to say, let me say, I want to see. No. Sorry, I need to highlight the column name to be able to make this work for me. So that is going to give me the name of the column, and then I'm going to start from there. Good, so that's it. Largest to smallest, and okay, awesome. So now let's create a trend for this. We have year. Let's say we want to add country right here. We want to add country. So we add the US, we add South Africa, we have Ghana, we have, let's say, Nigeria. Okay, so we want to check these countries with their GDP. Go to insert, then click on the column charts. Click on column. So trends will only work on column. So click on column, and then you are going to have this. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
is it. Now it's because of how I arrange the data. It's because of how I arrange this data. I can see the US is top on the list, and I can see Nigeria is this way. So I can come over here and let's click on format chart area. So you remember what we did on our chart area, how we formatted it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come here instead. I'm not going to repeat that. Sorry. I'm going to come here and then go to chart design, click on trends, click on the add chart elements, then trend lines. Then I'm going to click on linear. Can you see that? Linear. So this is showing that the GDP per thousand of this country, let's assume this was actually the same country. Let's say the US. Okay. Let's say the US. So over time, according to, so we have from 1990, the GDP had moved. Okay, this was supposed, I didn't format it. So it moved from 1978 all the way to, $78 all the way to 54.
54,
So
sir.
the GDP of this country, is it positive or negative, or
Negative.
neutral or zero?
Negative, sir.
Negative, correct. So your tax is going to be, this is your assessment. Assessment is create a trend line showing positive, negative, neutral, and zero.
I'm
Please,
sorry, sir. Please, can you come again, like over again,
And
in
again, can you
creating the
explain it
trend?
yourself?
I will not come again in Jesus' name, but I will repeat myself.
Okay, please repeat
Sir, please, can
yourself.
you
Let
You're
me
creating a
explain it
trend.
yourself?
let me delete this, right? I'm going to make sure you check your data here. You're all of you here. If you don't know how to insert charts, you don't know how to work on this, please go watch on the previous videos. And you can edit this. Make sure you edit it. Remember what I said about editing. So your graph stands out. Go to chart design, click on add chart element, look for trend lines. Now I want you to read up on the internet the meaning of linear trend line. I'm going to click on more trend line options. You can see this. We have exponential trend lines, we have linear trend lines, we have logarithmic trend lines, we have polynomial, we have power, we have moving average. If you read on all of these options, then you should be able to know at what point should I use any of these trend lines. So I'm going to click on linear because this explains what I want to do. Now I can as well change the color. I can come over here, change this color to red, right? You see it changes to red. If I don't want those dot, 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 I can come over here, change this to straight line. You see that? If I don't want the straight line, I can come over and choose this one. Guys, are you following me? If you want
Yes,
it
sir.
Yes,
to be
sir.
thicker, you can make it thicker, right? If you want it to have a round or square, you can make this. You see, it's become square now, but I want it round. I love round things. If you want a joint type to be bevel, you can change it. So your job is to explore all of these options. If you want a gradient line, you can also change this. You see, it changes to another color entirely. And you can change this to radial. You can change. So your job is to play around all of these options. I love the solid line, by the way. Please, any question on trend lines? So now you know that this country is actually moving on a negative. So I need you to create a data set that shows that the country is moving on a positive, on a negative, on a neutral, on a zero. On a zero, I give you an example. Let's say Blessing wants a God-fearing Um, okay, let's say let me give you an example of a zero
Again,
trend line.
and handsome.
So let's say Blessing needs someone that's God fearing, okay, handsome,
Karen.
and from
Yes.
Sambisa Forest.
Oh, US, sir, please. Show me some.
So, and then everybody that Blessing is seeing is either not God fearing, the person is excruciatingly and painfully ugly, and then the person is from
America.
Lagos. You see, Blessing have been moving around looking for this person, but this is the group of between. Will Blessing settle for this group of persons? No. Has Blessing seen this group of persons? No. So the relationship between this group and this group is actually what? Zero.
Zero.
But if at all we have at least two, at least we can say there is a positive. But if Blessing ends up picking this person instead of these groups of person, what will happen is that Blessing will now have a what? A negative trend. If she picks this group, she will have a what? A positive trend. But if she can't pick this, neither can she pick this. It means there's no relationship at all. So figure
So
out
what
how
about
to.
neutral?
So neutral is someone you are sitting on the fence. You are either moving, or you are not moving. You are not also I don't know how to put it. You are sitting on the fence. You are either positive or
Your
negative.
yeah, yeah.
So you would have something like, by the way, positive is always +1, negative is always what? Minus. So in your trend, let's go back to Google. I think my time is up. In
I
your
think it
trend,
perfect.
you should have, let me see if I can figure out. Let me see if I can find that. Types of trend lines. Trying to see if I can see an image that would at least show a representation of what we are doing here. Okay, types of trend.
Think the three types of trend is here.
Uh, as I'm scrolling down, if you see,
I saw something like three types of trend. But you
okay,
mentioned
types of trend in
in graphics.
so you see this one. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Increasing,
It's
decreasing, no
positive,
trend. I need to show you
negative.
the one that
I guess
would.
this is neutral.
I need to show you the one that will at least show positive and negative. Someone just sent a message. Are we still here? Why am I here? Hello.
Hi.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hi.
Just scroll down. You would be able. I don't know. Maybe it's my search result is not really specific enough. But when you search on Google, you should be able to see positive, negative, neutral, and all of those. So just play around this, and then you'll be able to see them. So this one positive or negative?
That's
Is this
positive,
positive
sir.
or negative? Awesome.
That's positive.
All right. So any questions so far on trends? So you can see, good. You can see this one. This is negative trend. Can you see it?
Yes.
An
Yes, sir.
example of an example of a thing that can be negative, works with negative trend is between a piece of land and a car, which of these appreciates in time? Which of them is
The
Land.
land,
positive?
sir.
Which of them is negative?
Land.
Land.
Land is what?
Land is
Positive
the
or
Appreciate
positive
negative?
trend.
positive
Positive trend,
trend.
sir.
Exactly. It's positive because the more it stays, the more it appreciates. While a car is
Wow.
negative because the more it stays, the more it goes what? It goes right down. In your circle of friends, create a trend. You could go after this class, go and write a list of all your friends. Okay? Create a trend for them. Create a trend for all your friends and figure out which of them is positive and which of them is negative. Then you discover whether to stick around. You can make a business decision based on what you have figured out. All of now where they collect urgent 2K all the time, that is negative. Shebi
That is positive, sir.
is positive because now you they ask 2K. Huh?
It's neutral. It's neutral.
It's neutral because okay, that's nice. I want to see this tomorrow. So Clementina, tomorrow you will continue the class and you will be sharing the data sets. Is Clementina here?
I am, sir.
All right. So tomorrow you will be continuing with this. You'll be continuing with the students, and I would come back only for those in the advanced Excel class. So for those of you that are in the free groups, today is going to be the last time you will be hearing my voice. Actually, not. I'm not dying. Last time I mean, with you on the call.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
So see you tomorrow.
oh my God. So
I hope you learned something today.
Yes, a lot.
All right, guys. Bye. If you have any question, please drop the question in the group. Today is the last day for enrollment of any kind. We don't want to be talking about payments with students from tomorrow, please. Today is the last day we want to enroll for students. If you want to join the premium group or the data analysis group, and if you pay for the data analysis group, you will be required you will join the Excel group for free. You don't need to pay anything. If you have any question, you drop it in the comment section. If you have any, just drop it in the comment section and we will attend to you. Do have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, sir.